My name is Landon Malave. You know, we truly care about our customers. We really go the extra mile. We really take care of all the needs and wants of our customers, make sure that they get 100% satisfaction with the jobs. We build the ponds and waterfalls a little differently as well. We like to use really big boulders. We use really heavy equipment to get everything in there and try to make it look really, really natural. You know, if there's something that I see throughout the construction process, I'll literally add a waterfall on the side or something like that, which not very many people are gonna do. We definitely go the extra mile and make sure that the customer's happy and add some extra things in there just to make it pop. We'll do pretty much anything that has to do with water. You know, we can really offer the gamut to the size of the project. Whether it's like a little bubbling rock in the corner next to your walkway when you're walking up to the house, to a massive water slide and waterfall into a pool with a grotto. We have a really awesome team that still handles a lot of the smaller features. And so we can do, you know, maybe it's just like a 10-foot little stream that's in the front yard. Maybe it's something in the house. Maybe you have an idea that you want to put a water feature in the house. Really, we can do anything. It's just a matter of coming up with a good game plan, you know, figuring out budgets, figuring out placement, all the nitty-gritty. But really, we can do any size project. We'll do smaller stuff, but our specialty is like that mid-range water feature that it's got some really good drops, and maybe the access is limited and other people might not want to do the project. We'll come in there no matter what access is like and make it happen. We really excel on those medium to larger projects that people just want to, you know, make the backyard like something, you know, special. The way we do things is a little bit unique to the industry. We do on-site consultations, we do full design services, but before we ever do any of that, we do, you know, initial discovery calls, what we call it. We just like to have that initial conversation and understand what they want, what they need, the reason behind doing the feature, just to make sure that we're all on the same page, because, you know, we don't want to waste the customer's time. Everybody's time is valuable, and we really respect that. And that's kind of what the initial, you know, discovery call is about. It's just getting a clear expectation up front, letting the customer know kind of where we stand, what our process is. We go through all of that in that initial call just to make sure that everybody's on the same page. That first initial meeting is where I'm getting all my elevations, taking all the notes and everything, you know, for the project. And then from there, that's when I start the 3D design. And so it's all three-dimensional. It's got the house, decks, seating areas, fire pits, whatever else is in there. And then we can, you know, revise it a couple times based on their needs and wants. And then once we've really pinned down that 3D design, they know what they're gonna get before we ever start digging in the dirt. A lot of people really have no idea what is involved in our projects. We're bringing in 13,000-pound mini excavator, skidsters, gooseneck trailers, diesel pickups, plate compactors, jumping jack compactors, boulders, semi-loads of boulders. I mean, there's just, the beginning is pretty crazy. We start demolition, and that's when all the materials start showing up. We give them all of our contact information, make sure that they're super comfortable in reaching out to us if they have any questions or concerns, and just make sure that, you know, they understand what they're getting themselves into. And that actually starts way before we're done with the project. Like I like to even discuss that in the initial meeting and just let them know, like, these do come with some maintenance. There are some yearly things that will need to be done before we do the project, so that way they're not caught really off guard when we leave the backyard and the water feature's theirs. One thing to really understand when you're hiring a water feature contractor is that everyone is different. Every spot you're gonna put the waterfall, the exposure, everything, like I said, is gonna be different. And so really understanding that is the first key. Second is that our core values as a company are honesty, integrity, accountability. Those things are super important when you hire a water feature contractor, because I would almost guarantee you there's gonna be something that needs to be done later on. Maybe it's a year down the road, maybe it's 5 years down the road. There's gonna be something, and you're gonna wanna find somebody who really does care about the customer, like we do. I really do care about people. We want to make sure that, everybody's happy. Owning a water feature business is not just one and done. And having somebody that you can really trust in the process and know, like, when I call Landon, he's going to answer his phone. He's going to get back with us in a timely manner. If there is a problem, he's going to come and take care of it. No questions asked, and make sure that, it's functioning the way we intended it to be. There's a ton of different kinds of water features, and they're all treated a little bit different. And that's kind of the specialty in our world, is that everyone is built a little bit different, whether it's contemporary or pondless. They all have to be maintained a little bit differently. They all have little things different about them that need to be paid attention to. And so, talking about the different seasons, we usually start everything up in the springtime. So early April is usually when we start starting up water features. We'll do a full clean out at that point, get everything running, make sure it's functioning properly. And then throughout the season, we'll do bi-weekly maintenance if that's something that you're interested in, or we'll just do like a spring and a fall clean out. For the maintenance aspect, the spring and the fall are really our heavy time. So before fall time, before the leaves fall off the trees, a lot of the features will go and put like netting over to try to keep as much debris out as possible. And so that's typically done, before the leaves start falling on the trees. We definitely will do whatever we possibly can to help out the homeowner and make sure that, they got a functioning water feature, because they are special.